For decades, $1 million was the retirement number everyone aimed for. It was the number on magazine covers, the number financial advisors used as a benchmark, the number that defined retirement success. In 2026, with current inflation, healthcare costs, and longevity data, $1 million gives most retirees approximately 22 years of income, not a lifetime. 22 years. If you retire at 65, that money runs out at approximately 87. Today, we are going to show you exactly why the $1 million number is no longer enough and what the real 2026 retirement number looks like. Before we update the number, let us understand exactly where the $1 million figure came from and why it made sense when it was established. The $1 million retirement target became popular primarily in the 1990s, when it was paired with the 4% withdrawal rule. The 4% rule, based on the Trinity study of 1998, suggested that withdrawing 4% of a portfolio annually gave a high probability of lasting 30 years. 4% of $1 million equals $40,000 per year. In the 1990s, that was a comfortable income for most retirees. The problem is that $40,000 per year in 1990 and $40,000 per year in 2026 are completely different amounts of purchasing power. Cumulative inflation since 1990 has reduced the purchasing power of $1 to approximately 59 cents in 2026 terms. Three specific forces have combined in 2026 to make $1 million insufficient retirement target for most Americans. Force 1. Inflation. The sustained inflation of 2021 to 2025 permanently reset the baseline cost of living, and that reset does not reverse when inflation slows. Groceries, housing, utilities, insurance, all have seen permanent price increases of 20 to 40% or more since 2020. These are not temporary. A retiree drawing $40,000 per year in 2026 faces a cost structure that would have required approximately $32,000 in 2019. Force 2. Healthcare costs. This is the single largest variable that makes retirement planning in 2026 fundamentally different from previous decades. The average retired couple in 2026 will spend approximately $315,000 on healthcare costs throughout retirement, according to Fidelity Investments research. That is $315,000 from a $1 million portfolio before you have paid for housing, food, transport, utilities, basic entertainment, and some travel. No major luxuries. If you retire before 65, before Medicare eligibility, healthcare costs are even higher. Private insurance in 2026 can cost $800 to $1,200 per month per person. Force 3. Longevity. Americans are living significantly longer than the mortality tables used when the $1 million target was established. A 65-year-old in 2026 has a roughly 50% chance of living to 85 and a 25% chance of living to 92. A 30-year retirement from 65 to 95 was considered unlikely when the $1 million number was set. In 2026, it's a genuine planning scenario. Now let's do the actual math. What does a fully funded retirement actually cost in 2026? We'll use a 65-year-old retiree, targeting a 30-year retirement to age 95 with an annual spend of $60,000. $60,000 per year is not lavish. It covers housing costs, food, transport, utilities, basic entertainment, and some travel. No major luxuries. Using the 4% rule, a $60,000 annual spend requires a portfolio of $1,500,000.
But the 4% rule was designed for 30 years and does not account for the elevated healthcare costs of late retirement. Healthcare costs in retirement follow a J-curve, relatively manageable in early retirement and accelerating sharply in the final decade. The average retiree spends significantly more on healthcare from age 80 to 95 than from age 65 to 80. Adding a realistic healthcare buffer, accounting for the J-curve acceleration, the true required portfolio for a 30-year retirement at $60,000 annual spend is closer to $1,800,000 to $2 million for a modest $60,000 annual retirement in 2026. Now let's talk about what this means for different age groups, because the implications are very different depending on where you are in your journey. If you're in your 20s or 30s, this is actually good news. You have time. The math is on your side through compounding. A 25-year-old investing $500 a month at 7% real return will accumulate approximately $1,700,000 by age 65. The key adjustment for younger savers: target $2 million instead of $1 million. The monthly contribution required to reach $2 million over 40 years is not dramatically different. If you're in your 40s or 50s, the gap between where you are and where you need to be is real, but still closable with aggressive action. For this group, the most powerful moves are maximizing catch-up contributions to retirement accounts, reducing fixed expenses to increase savings rate, and delaying retirement even by 2 to 3 years. Delaying retirement by 2 years from 65 to 67 can increase your sustainable income by approximately 15 to 20% through additional savings and delayed Social Security. If you're approaching retirement now, the portfolio you have is largely determined. The adjustments are about spending rates, Social Security timing, and healthcare planning. One critical piece most retirement calculations underweight is Social Security. It's a significant income floor that reduces the portfolio requirement. The average Social Security benefit in 2026 is approximately $1,900 per month, or $22,800 per year. On a $60,000 annual spend, Social Security covering $22,000 reduces the portfolio withdrawal to $38,000. $37,000 from the portfolio at 4% requires approximately $930,000, much closer to $1 million. But this assumes full Social Security, which requires working until 67 for full benefits and does not include the healthcare buffer. Let's put this into a clear framework. 3 lifestyle levels, 3 different real retirement targets for 2026. Modest retirement, $45,000 to $55,000 per year. Essential costs covered with some discretionary. Required portfolio with Social Security, $800,000 to $1 million. Comfortable retirement, $60,000 to $80,000 per year. Good lifestyle with travel, dining, and activities. Required portfolio, $1,200,000 to $1,600,000. Affluent retirement, $100,000 or more per year. Required portfolio, $2.5 million or more. Here's what I want you to take away from this video. $1 million is not a failure number. It's a starting point number for a modest retirement with full Social Security and careful healthcare planning. For most people targeting a comfortable 30-year retirement in 2026, the real target is $1.5 to $2 million. Update your target, increase your monthly contributions, and plan specifically for healthcare, the variable that will determine more of your retirement outcome than almost anything else. Right now, I want you to do a retirement number audit. This takes 3 minutes and tells you exactly where you stand. Step 1, take your current retirement savings balance. Step 2, multiply by 25. That's your estimated annual sustainable withdrawal at 4%. Step 3. Compare that number to your target annual retirement spend. Does your current trajectory get you there, or is there a gap? Drop your gap in the comments, not your balance, just the gap in years or dollars, whether you're on track, ahead, or behind. Let's build an honest picture of where this community actually stands. And if this video updated a number you've been working towards for years, share it with someone who needs to hear it before they plan for a retirement that won't be enough.